Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is Best Friends Animal Society, and you can help me help them help the animals in two ways. One, donate directly to our fundraiser here on Twitch. Thanks to the wonderful Bakeman2K, we've already doubled our goal, but we can take it even higher. So if you can, please donate. Otherwise, just watch my stream and bring your friends, because I'll be making a donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count. Today is Wednesday, which means it's time for illustration. Last week we finished the Summer Griffin piece just in time because summer is officially over after this week. So I had a long think about what I wanted to do, which is a big part of the reason why I'm 8 minutes late starting this stream. And I decided to continue with my animal onomatopoeia series. I already have 6 or 7 pieces in it. And in my little idea book here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more that I would like to make. I feel like if I had this many, I think this is why I picked this number. If I have this many, I could get it bound into a book and present it to publishers, see if they would be interested in publishing my beautiful language teaching art book. Before I start though, I am going to take my sweater off. It's been chilly all day, but as usual, I start streaming and it's much warmer, so take off my nice cozy sweater. Ah, that's better. Alright. So this week is also the last week of streaming for this month because I'll be taking next week off for my wedding anniversary vacation. Well, it's a staycation like most of my vacations. But that means this week is the only week in between now and Inktober. So I figure I don't want to get too deep into, what's the term? Brainstorming? Yeah, I think it might be brainstorming. I don't want to get too deep into brainstorming and then stop for a month. Because I figured for Inktober, October, I would focus on my inked Maginaturalist sketchbook series. And so that's what I'm going to work on all October. So in order to get started on this next illustration, but not sort of lose momentum from switching to something else after this week, I'm just going to focus on sketching the animal in question. That's always a part of this anyway. So you can see all my notes about this project. This whole little idea book, Bilingual Animal Sounds. I wrote children's picture book, but I'm actually designing it. It's meant to be for anyone, but I wrote children's picture book on there when I started. Anyway, the animals that we have finished include cats, frogs, crows, mice, owls, and dogs. Those are the ones that I actually did for my illustration capstone project to get my degree. Then, and that was insane because I finished all of these. I'm pretty sure I finished all of these in a single semester. So that is freaking insane. Wow. When I finished school, I wanted to go back to school. I was like, no, I miss school. But now it's been a few years. Let's see, I graduated 2021, I believe. So it's been 3 years. And no, never mind. I do not want to go back to that crazy, high stress situation. I can work on the same project, but take my time and not lose my mind doing it. So this next note where I moved my sticky note, because I finished that other list where this sticky note used to be. 8 animals in 2023. I still had high hopes for the speed of my work to pick up, but I have this year I think has finally sealed it. I am just not that fast at creating the kind of illustrations that make me happy, and I'm not happy cutting corners in order to gain speed. So forget about this 2023. Forget it. Because all I've done so far is the cow. I did that last year. So I did finish this in 2023. So at least that's nice. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more on top of that. So let's see. How many was that? I think it was 6 that I did. Yeah, 6, 7. So I have 7 done and 7 to go. So I'm right in the middle of the project. But the next on the list, okay, I gotta lower the camera, is bees. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. That's how you say it in Japanese. Boom, boom. Which sounds very similar to buzz, buzz. Makes sense. So that's what we're going to work on. We're going to work on bees. And I think I will probably want to do some sort of bumblebee. But that's something that's fun about the research stage of this project, or any project really. You can experiment with different species, because bee isn't just one type. There's so many different species of bee. So that'll be part of what I do today. And I can sketch different ones, but I really imagine that I will pick a bumblebee, because those are my favorite and they're the cutest. So I really wanted to draw a bumblebee. They're supposed to be chibi too, so they just are. They're basically, you just draw them the way they are, and then you have chibi that they are already. Okay, so I got this lovely pen that I've been using. It's got 3 colors in it, so I switched through the colors. That way I can tell what I wrote, or if I, like right here, I was using it to match things. Anyway, let's write today's date, because I am starting, wow, 2023, 8/30, so about a year later, no, more than a year later, because 8/30, so a little bit more than a year later, I'm finally coming back to this project. And I think I will probably focus on this as my main color illustration project until it's done. That's something else that I've gotten really good with. So I've gotten good with accepting that my work takes a long time, and I've also gotten good at staying focused on one project and not being like, I'm getting tired of this project, let's start a new project. That is just a chronic issue with creatives who attempt some sort of long-term thing, to keep switching to something else because the long-term thing is hard to stay focused on. But I've gotten really good at that. So now we're doing bee. And it's boom, boom. And I can never write the n right. It always looks like so. I don't know what the deal is. My professor, my Japanese professor at Boise State, even tried to help me. Like, she drew it on the board. I drew it after her, following the exact stroke order and movements. And it still looks like so. I don't know what my problem is. Anyway, boom, 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 boom. And it's buzz, buzz in English. I like what I did when I wrote the cows. Put those little cows in, so write that there, similar. What kind of stuff did I write? Oh, notes. I remember there was something I want to look on here, and I have notes about previous pieces. Some notes about previous, so I'm going to write C notes, so that when I look back, when I do the next one, I don't have to take these notes again. C notes from cows. So this probably won't be that interesting of a stream, I'm sorry to say, but it might be interesting for anyone who likes seeing the thought process behind illustration and not just the creation, the visual creation of it. I don't know how to explain that. I'm going to put my sketchbook out. So I'm left-handed, and so that ring was in the way. But what I was going to say is, even so, even if it's not drawing or painting or what people traditionally think of as art making. It's still part of the process, and I've got this sweet camera now. I could bring this really far down so you can still see what I'm actually writing. So you can follow along with me. I couldn't... Oh, see, notes froze. I started writing cows. I wanted to write from... but I started writing both words at the same time. From... See notes from cows. So I wanted to write this here. See notes from cows. And then that way, when I do the next animal, which is what? Pig. I can just keep referencing this page that has all these notes where I looked at all my previous pieces that I had made. Oh no, it looks like my camera froze. Camera, hello. No, camera, why? And it's weird because my other cameras are fine. Yeah, hello. Why does it do this? It did this before. That's not good. This is the brand new. I don't understand why it's doing this. It's a brand new camera. Updated all the firmware and everything. Drivers, etc. There's nothing else I can do about it. I'm gonna have to end my stream. We've only been going for 11 minutes. And this is happening on OBS side. Well, at least on seeing if it came back. It's happening on my PC side. It's not Twitch. Which makes sense because the other cameras are working. It's the camera is doing it. Why? How about turning it off and on didn't do anything. Oh, just... What the heck? It cut out. Even though it's technically on, the feed just completely cut out. That's why it's white right there. The heck, dude? Huh. This might be a more interesting stream than I thought. Let me Google it. Let's see. Logitech reach cuts out during stream. I also put freezes. Logitech StreamCam keeps freezing and disabling my other Logitech products. Update drivers. I already did that last time. That's not helpful. Camera keeps freezing while streaming. Frozen webcam during live stream. Quick and easy fix. Fix. Logitech reach cuts out. No. Logitech mouse. No, maybe I put the quotes around Logitech reach. Oh, no. I hate when I'm trying to tap up here. This is why even after all this time, I really hate touch screens, especially for typing. So what happened was, I'm trying to type right here. Oh, I can't show you. I'm trying to type right here and put parentheses, or not parentheses, quotes in front of this so that I can put Logitech reach in quotes so that that's what it's searching for. But by tapping here, it thought I was tapping on this G for Google, and so it just cleared out my search and went to the Google homepage. Oh, Shump says unplug, replug. All right, let's try that. Can't believe it actually turned, didn't turn off, it just went out. Okay, so the cord is gray, so I'm following the gray cord. Plugs here. Okay, unplugged it. I'll wait a few seconds. And and plug back in. I have to do that behind my desk, so I can't tell if it came back. Nope. Unless it's off. Nope, it's not off. It's on. I'll see if putting the Logitech Reach in... Nope, it did not work. I'm trying to show you in the camera that's broken. It says, looks like there aren't many great matches for your search. This is super disappointing. I guess I could just uninstall from here. Let's see. I'll move this stuff over here. Man, I thought I would be working on my illustration. Instead, I'm working on my setup here. Well, at least I have all these extra cameras so that you can still see something while I'm figuring this out. So what I was thinking is I will just remove this as a device. Remove. Even though I'm going to have to resize it and stuff. It's going to be so... But whatever. Okay. Yes, remove primary camera. Okay. We removed the primary camera and we're going to add one. Let's see. The neck of my gooseneck lamp is blocking my screen. See, media source? No, it needs to be video capture device. Okay, create new. Okay. And then we want, and it's still available in the list of devices. When I've had devices just stop working, they disappear off this list. So it's still there. Oh, hey, removing it seemed to work. 'Cause it's there. Okay. What is this? Why is it shaking? Camera was shaking for... It's still shaking. I guess moving the mouse makes it shake. Alright. Yay! Okay, so... Let me... So I gotta look at the settings now because this is brand new. Made it from scratch or whatever. Configure video. I think I just let everything on... Why? Why would you open the window on the other display than the one that I'm actually working on? Computer. I don't understand why you do that. Okay, everything on... Auto. Which has been fine, so we'll leave everything on auto. Resolution, FPS type. I think we want a custom. No. We'll put device default. For some reason it has red here. FPS is match output. Video format. I think it wanted me to choose a different resolution before, but maybe I'll just leave it on default this time. Color space and range default. Auto detect. Oh yeah, apply rotation data. I did not want that on because you can turn this camera like 360 degrees. Let's see, flip vertically. No, this seems good. Buffering, auto detect. Sure, we'll leave that. Capture audio. I don't think it captures audio. Hopefully not. I don't see it there. Okay. Now, I've got to move this. Oh man, it's... Okay, I gotta make OBS bigger. I'm gonna try to make this fit. Oh, right, it's not the right size either. It's way too big. It's way too big. Okay. Transform. Edit transform. So one of these three cameras is 16:9 ratio or whatever format. And then the other two are 3:4. So, or 4:3 or whatever. Anyway, I've got to remember how to do this. Okay. Bounding box. Size. Position. scale to inner bounds, and we want, shoot, I don't remember what size we want it to be. Well, this is an adventure. Okay. Oh, rock, paper, water, hello! Thank you for joining and reading! Oh, you caught me with, in the middle of trying to get my main camera to work. So there's nothing very interesting here, but thank you so much for joining me and for bringing along your friends. I'm so happy. Let me do a, how do I do this? SO, shout out. Yeah, here we go. Rock, paper, water. Which, I love your name because I don't know if it's on purpose, but since you do birds all the time, I imagine it is. Because a rock is like a mythological giant eagle. So everybody, if you're not already following Rock, Paper, Water, please follow. There's always beautiful watercolor paintings happening over there. Right? It's so hard. It's so hard when these little niggling issues happen. My camera just suddenly stopped working. I've got it working. You can see my hands now. But I had to completely remove it from OBS and then add it again. And so now I'm trying to get it to be the right size. So let's see. I think what I've got to do is look up the reference file I made to show how big in pixels. So let's see. What did I save that under? Oh, Twitch, here we go. It's probably in this. Oh, I have to open the Photoshop file. Oh, man. Okay, I've got to switch over to my PC workspace real quick. Happily, that's pretty easy to do. In fact, I can at least show you what I'm working on. Boom! The other camera is still on top of it. But, let's see, I'll move it there for now. So what I'm getting open is this file that I made. And I actually have, let's see, where is it? One of these? No. Oh, here it is. So, I figured these out. I put all my math skills to work. Figured out how big this needs to be. So now I can go over here in OBS and use this number to transform the cameras to be the correct size. We're going to go edit transform. Well, let me see. Rock, Paper, Water's favorite story. I'm going to call you Rock from now on. That's awesome. And I will imagine you as a giant eagle. Favorite story is streaming for an hour and didn't know it! Oh man, that is great. Wow. Kind friends ping me on Discord. Got rated while I was watching TV. Amazing. Awesome. I mean, not awesome, but that's awesome in maybe a different kind of sense of the word. Woo! Wow. I can just imagine it. Okay, bounding box size. We want 1262 by 710. Oh, not 7100. Woo! Got huge. So now we want to scale to outer bounds. Here's what I'm working on. This is the OBS settings menu for this. So you can also see here that. So I guess you're getting a little experience on art streaming too. So now you can see that the camera is the right size and ratio. So now I just need to make my OBS bigger so that I can get this lined up nice with the box, the background image. Okay, I think that's good. Now let me put this back down lower in my sources list. It should be right above the secondary camera. And let's rename this. Where's rename? Primary camera. Ah, the name is already in use, but I deleted it. It's totally not in use. Well, I'll just leave it like this. Maybe I have to turn off OBS to get it to allow me. So now we can turn that off. And oh, I can close this menu here. Now bringing my keyboard and mouse back over to my drafting table. Put that away nicely. Wow, we can get back to brainstorming. Okay, moving my secondary monitor back over so I can see chat and stuff. Oh, I also need to reorganize my windows on desktop to see chat and stuff. There we go. Wow. Okay. I hope I don't have to do that every couple of weeks, because that's kind of how often that issue seems to be happening. So that's let's see. Hopefully this looks all right. There we go. Maybe we'll pull it out a little bit further. There we go. Okay. So let me greet you more properly. Rock. What were you doing today for your stream? I saw you posted in your Discord some cute tawny owls. The ones that were videos that I looked at was very, very fluffy, so I posted. I imagine that those are baby ones in there, as I also saw some of the pictures you posted seemed like adults. They didn't have those really fluffy feathers. So, yeah, still painting owls. Is that... Oh, yeah, because you did barn owls last week, too, right? I love owls. Owls is one of the pieces I've done. Look, owls feedback. Pieces I've done in this series. I actually love birds of all kinds. Yeah, the cute small tawny is poofy and cute when waking up. Yes, it's so cute. Oh, and if you would like to share an image of anything that you were working on, feel free to do so. Links are allowed. Links are allowed until some person decides to abuse the privilege. So feel free to share anything you like. I mean, of course, as long as it's family friendly and stuff. Camera, why are you not focusing? Wake up. Wake up, camera. Oh man, it is struggling. What if I put it way down? Well, if I put it way down, it focuses. It seems to be struggling with the lighting. Let me see. If I go into properties and turn off auto exposure, maybe that will help it. No, don't open the settings menu all the way on my other monitor that's a million miles away from me. Okay, there we go. Oh, Rock says today was so-so. Watercolor is a tough taskmaster. What gave you trouble today? And you said it was so-so, which means some was good? What went well? It's got white balance. That's fine. Exposure. Wait. Take exposure off of auto. Oh. I can either have it that dark or I can have it like that. I guess I'll leave it like that for now, because I'm wondering if that's what's causing it to struggle with focusing, or if this is just part of whatever the issue is that made it crash in the first place. Okay. Hopefully that's good. Wow, I did not expect to spend 20 minutes figuring out my camera. First hour was good. Yeah, that's always tough. It's hard to go back. Things start to get overworked. I have a tough time preserving the white of the paper. It is hard. Do you have a history with oil and acrylic? Because I'm wondering if that's influencing that difficulty. But it is hard. Once you go so far, you can't take it back. And then if you think of like oil and acrylic, it's so easy to just blah, 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 just layer it on because you can keep covering and covering. So I'm looking at my notes for previous pieces. Not all of them are relevant right now, because right now I want to focus on sketching the bees. But I do want to review these in case there's anything I want to keep in mind when I'm looking up bee references. So a rainbow of animals. Just all the pieces are a rainbow of animals. Have some animals in the gutter so there's not a weird space down the middle of the image that's blank. Arrange them into groups. Color the lines. Have atmospheric onomatopoeia. That's way at the end of the process. Hidari wa Nihongo. English on right. So Japanese is on the left. English is on right. Inked by hand. Of course, that's always how I do everything. Colored digitally. Texture overlay. Speech bubbles also colored and affected by environment. Pen and ink. Interesting. So pen and ink is different because it's usually just, well, it depends, I guess. But I think pen and ink is usually like you just dip it in the ink, whatever color, black or blue or whatever, and then that's that. If you're using a brush, you can dilute it in water, but so that's a lot more like watercolor, but it's more stark when it's pen and ink. Oh, you use washes, okay. Gotcha. So what do you mean, started watercolor after getting assigned to a few painters at work? How did that lead to working in watercolor? So I remember you work, it's something, I can't remember exactly, but something with art. I'm very interested in your story. This is very interesting. Oh, right, I'm on the next page. Ah, okay, so I made the original, this doesn't affect today either, but I made the originals at 12.75 by 8.25 inches, but to be blown up to 17 by 11. Used 2 sheets of Aquabee manga paper with artist taped together at the gutter. Sketch with blue pencil, ink with black ink, scanned, blue removed, lines onto transparent layer. That's my standard process these days. Which I think I perfected when I was doing this project. When I first started this project, I'm still doing the project. Notes on margins in gray, sketches of animals as part of brainstorming. That's what we're going to work on today. Use brush pens to ink, plus Sakura Micron PN. Speech bubbles, part of composition from start. Research scientific facts about the animals. Yes, I love doing that. I always do that. And depict a noisy activity. So this is actually relevant to today. Depict noisy activity. We don't want the bees just like resting. We want them to be buzzing, so we'll definitely have them flying around. Okay. Oh, so you were assigned watercolor artists who have been doing it for a long time. So that means you picked it up from them? Is it part of your work that you had to pick it up, or did you just develop a fascination and jump into it yourself? Having a sip of my tasty, creamy coconut Dr. Pepper. It's That's what I'm drinking today. So excellent. That means the only thing that really relevant is depicting a noisy activity to make sure. So I'm going to put a note here. Sketch flying bees. So that's the main thing I want to work on today. We might research scientific facts about the animals, but I think I need to figure out which kind of bee I want to sketch first. Okay. Oh, you're a TA. Neat. You work at a university. I feel like it was like an art center. University or a high school, or though I guess if you're assigned to folks who are doing it for a long time. Oh. Oh, an atelier. Interesting. Man, you're in New York, right? We don't have anything, so I'm not trying to look down on you or anything, but it feels like that's so fancy. I don't think we have anything anything like that here. Wait, what? There should be sparkles that automatically, when you put atelier, there should automatically be sparkles that pop up around the word. That's how my brain interprets it. Okay, I'm gonna look up bees. Oh wait, I'm gonna go to my favorite place. What is it called? There's that place I use for the lazuli bunting birds from my last project. It's under illustration references. Yeah, iNaturalist. We'll see if we'll find some bees. So I just gotta find a kind of bee. So I'll put bumblebee. Bumblebees. Genus Bombus. Don't you love that? It's called Bombus. That is so cute. That is what bumblebees are called. They're called Bombus. It's so lovely. I always feel like a snob when I tell people. Well, I've been watching your streams, so I know you're not a snob. So you're really nice. So let's see. That's funny. Yeah, it's decided there's going to be sparkles. Whenever you say atelier, fairy dust pops out. Yeah, there's so many bumblebees. I think I want to do my favorite, though. The ones that I see all the time around my home. So we'll see if I can find, because there's so many. I found out because I'm like, what kind of bumblebee is this? And there's like hundreds. So I'd like to find the kind that I always see around at home and like lose my mind. Oh my gosh, this one is so cute. Two-spotted bumblebee. Oh. Sorry, I can't show you the images I'm looking at. I want to just find the species I'm looking for, go to its page, and then, oh, here's a black one. Van Dyke's bumblebee. Oh, maybe I should do this one. But it would be cool to have, oh, it's so hard. All the black one's kind of hard to see, too. Oh, let's see. Oh, wow. Like the paintings were made out of bee pollen? How big were they? Oh, here's some that kind of look. I've seen these ones with little orange stripes on them. Although now I'm thinking of it, maybe this black bumblebee would be best. Although it's hard to see. Because all of the animals I've done so far are a single color. They're not multiple colors on the same animal, unless it's the eyes. The eyes will be a different color than the fur or the feathers. But even though I wanted to do my favorite one that's near to me, this is Hunt's bumblebee. Then again, it could still show the one that I'm looking for has a little, like, shield crest on it. I can't make this shield shape with my fingers. Something like, I did it. Something like this on its back. Like glossy, smooth, not fuzzy. So I'm looking for that one. Oh, here's one. Nevada bumblebee. That's close to us. Maybe, since this is iNaturalist, maybe I can sort by location. Oh, filter by place. iNaturalist is the best. Oh, what if we put Boise? Maybe we can even get this close. Oh, it didn't work. I have to actually... No, not Boise County. That's different from the city. Okay. Oh, I'll put Ada County. Yeah. Boom. iNaturalist is great, right? So good. She painted with bee pollen, then pinned bees to each piece. Oh, the poor bees! Going from a few dozen bees to a blank painting. Wow. How big were those? The paintings, I mean. So I'm looking at bees marked as being from Ada County, which is where I'm at. So hopefully, and here are these adorable ones with little orange stripes on the back part. But I'm still not seeing the one I really want with the little shield mark on the back. But maybe I'll do these orange stripe ones, because they also have a little shape on their back. So what kind of bee is this one? Hunt's bumblebee. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. I'm going to post this in the Twitch chat. This is the bumblebee I'm looking at the moment. It's not flying though, but this picture is really nice. It's so close up. 18 to 24 inch squares. Oh, that's fine. You think I'd know this when she's in my class. That's fine. I can't remember the size of my own pieces. That's why I have stuff like this notebook that literally has written down the size of the piece because I can't remember. It'd actually be pretty incredible if you remembered all your students' artwork sizes and stuff. Okay. I'm ready to actually start some like art seeming stuff. Oh look! This is from my last piece in this series, the cow Onomatopoeia. So I drew lots of sketches of cows and turning them into chibi size and shape. And then even more, and that's the end. So that's what I'm gonna be starting finally now. My Kapel Ishka from a couple weeks ago. Okay. Isn't it lovely? They're so pretty. That is one of the two kinds of bumblebees I always see just even in my own garden and walking in my neighborhood. I couldn't find the other one that I always see that it tends to be bigger when I see them, and I think that's why I wanted to draw it so much, because it's even bigger. I think it's so cute, but couldn't find it. I don't want to waste any more time. It's taking so long to get started with some actual like art stuff today, so there. That's pretty good. So I'm just going to use, let's see, I want a pen that will dry pretty quickly. Oh, that's way too small of a tip though. I do like to use, we'll try this one. It's a smaller tip brush pen. So I'll try this for sketching today. I just saw your other message too. Write everything down on paper too. Ah, I'm glad it's not just me. There's so much that goes into a piece, you know? I'm sure you know. Let's see. Ah, I lost my browser because I minused it and I am not on my main monitor, which is where my toolbar is. Let's see. Oh, I didn't lose it. Here it is. Yay! I just need to move this tab over to the right on my screen so that I can look at these pictures. So let's start with this one. Oh, and I always like to write what I'm working on so that when I look through Onomatopoeia, I have to do that in order to remember how to spell onomatopoeia. It's such a crazy word. Anyway, I like to write down what I'm doing so that when I look through my sketchbooks in the future, I'll be like, oh wow, that was 10 years ago or whatever. So let's see, it's September. Glad I picked this pen. It's really nice. Yeah. Okay. Can I make this bigger? Oh, I can. In fact, that's too big. I'll start with it small. So this isn't really a buzz pose, but we've got to start somewhere. The idea with this starting sketches is to get used to this animal. So I'm not really worried about the composition or anything like that yet. It's very cute how the wings fold over each other like this. They don't go together like this, they fold over. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for by sketching from a reference photo. So I would not have known that just off the top of my head or something. And it has one yellow band on this last part. I don't know what the parts are. Okay, this is something I love to do. I always do this. Let's look up what are the parts of a bee called? What are the parts of a bee called? Boom. Here we go. The Anatomy of Bees by Perfect Bee. Perfect. So, actually I want to write this down. So this is called abdomen. Makes sense. Thorax. So the thorax is the part in the middle. I knew that word. Right? They're so nice. The Kuretake brush pens. I have so many of them because I used to get art snacks. And I have like dozens of them. Well, maybe not dozens, but probably a dozen. Okay, so it's a head, thorax, and an abdomen. And then, let's see, these segments don't have a name. There's some bit on the side that's called a spiracle, but I am not seeing this because it's a lovely, fluffy bee. There's a sting, a pollen press. Wow, that's so interesting. So this back leg, we have this part. And a little foot, so cute, with the little grippy bits on the bottom. This is a pollen press, it says. Or maybe it's the part in between? Wait, the leg is even longer than that. Pollen press. Hind leg. I like to call things by their proper names. Antennae cleaner. Oh my gosh, look. If it would focus. Camera. Thank you, camera. Look at this. It has a part called antennae cleaner. That is so cute. That is so cute. Oh man. Oh man, it has the antennae cleaner. It's on the front foot. Out of the 3 feet on one side, it's the front foot. It has a little hook. Little hook on it to clean. I can imagine it. It goes like this and cleans the antenna. That is so adorable. We can't really see the front feet very well in this image though. You can see this one. This little bit coming out, and this bit coming out, and then the little cute. It's like a series of scales on this front foot. They don't call it a foot though. Oh, I see. So this is the hind leg, not because this is the part. What is this part called? This is the foreleg. No, this one's the middle leg. I thought it was pointing to this specific. I mean, it is. Oh, but what's this called? Fine, I'm calling it a foot. This is a foot. Antennae cleaner. I can't believe it. Compound eye, antenna, jaw, tongue, forewing, hind wing. Oh, you can't tell. They've got 4 wings. Okay. Sweet. Well, I found the stuff that I... Oh, this one calls it a pollen basket. Look at this one. Pollen basket on the back leg. So interesting. Mandibles. Okay. That's all I needed to know, though. I mostly wanted to be able to say, on the abdomen, there are 5 stripes. That's the whole thing I wanted to say. Yellow, orange, orange, yellow, and black. Not that it matters, because like I said, so far my pieces have all had, in this series, have all had single colored coats. And everything else, even if it has a pattern, it's all the same color. It's fuzzy even on its forehead. It's so cute. I can't really tell what's going on right here, but there's something here, and there's another something here. Oh, you can see the antenna coming out like this. Probably feeling for some tasty nectar and stuff. Let's see, what else have we got here? Here's another one from the same series of photos from this photographer. Ugh, my lamp is shining on my screen, so... Oh, 8 minutes ago. I'm sorry I didn't notice sooner. Our Ray of Sun, thank you so much for following. Yay! I appreciate it very much. I'm trying to get my image so I can actually see it, but my lamp is like in the way. Alright, I just gotta put it over here. Slightly cover the Twitch chat, but that way I can see it without the reflection on my screen. So this is from a face view. This is like a portrait view, except it's sideways, since the bee doesn't care about the orientation of the camera. And interesting, at least on this individual, this little bit of fuzz on the face almost makes a heart shape. It comes down like a widow's peak here. But then it also comes up a little bit here, so it's actually looks kind of like a molar tooth. But this is the kind of shape I'm looking for to simplify later when I make it a chibi for the final illustration. So it's good to notice those shapes that can be more simply interpreted. The antenna comes straight out of the middle of the face. Boop. Lovely angles. I love the eyes. They're so glossy and beautiful. It's got this black black fur around, and then it's yellow again. Looks like a lion. This part is black. This part's also black because it's the eyes. These are black. The mouth is black. Mandibles. This part is yellow. And this part is yellow. It's really huge too. And there's a little crest here, like you can see the section of the head versus this bigger part of the thorax showing behind it. And then there's a leg coming up here. 1 segment, 2 segments, 3 segments. And then the foot part is actually at a right angle. Stepping, holding. It actually looks like it's using that foot to pull down one of the petals or something on this flower. 1, 2. Looks like it might have 4 of these little scales making up the foot. Can't tell on the other leg because it's right in the middle of moving, so it's blurry. Here's the other leg. And like I said, this is just sketching, so I'm doing it all super rough, not worrying about what it looks like or anything. The point is to get my brain used to what these animals look like. Let's find another one, and I think I'm gonna have to get another page. Oh, this is the booty. Here's the bee booty. You can see the 3 different colors here too. This one's black, and then you can see where the stinger is. And this one's black, and then this part is yellow, and then the part above it is orange. Or it's like a reddish brown, but I just call it orange. I like simple names for my colors. Oh, so cute. And it's surprisingly flat too for how round I feel bumblebees usually look, but that's what it looks like from this angle. Here's the leg. So it's actually, well, at least from the orientation of the camera, the bee is upside down. So here's the legs coming out. Still can't tell how many of these little segments there are. Probably, it doesn't matter. I just like things to have some basis in reality, so that when everything else is so fantastic and completely unnatural colors, there's still some anchor for the suspension of disbelief, I suppose. There's another leg. This one is actually right up next to, so flexible, right up next to that back leg. You can sort of see the front legs in this picture, but they're really blurry, so I'll just stop there. The rest of this right here is a flower. And that's it from that collection. But now, on iNaturalist, I can go and just click Hunt's Bumblebee and see lots of lovely photos that people have submitted. It'll be sweet if we can find some flying. Oh yes, this person's the best. Matt Wallace, you are the best. Matt Wallace got a picture of one like taking off. Oh, this is it starting, and then yeah, this is great. Its legs are out, the wings are out. Okay, let's go to the next page. I don't want to sketch on the back, but if for some reason I ever want to scan this, it would be a problem. Just look if I sketch on the back for my cows. See if I set any precedents. No, I didn't. Because this vellum finish paper totally shows through. So you never know. You never know when you might want to do something with your sketches later. So that's why I don't tend to draw on the back. Though, that reminds me, I wanted to share. My best friend Sarah surprised me the other day. Oh, it's not in here. I got a package from her and I was like, what's this? And one of the things in there, oh, there's actually two of this, but I'll just use this one as an example. This render paper is the answer to this. So if this bothers you, that the image shows through to the other side, and because it can feel like a waste, like this is a perfectly good piece of paper, but the sketches will interfere with each other if you draw on the other side, because now they'll both be showing through, and maybe you like that, but what if you don't? This render paper does not show through. It's specifically designed, let's see if it will show, specifically designed, so here it's got like bleed through, show through, and then with the render paper, nothing. And I've used it before, so I was quite happy. Again, I have had the ArtSnap subscription, and that's where I got to try a little test booklet of it from an Art Snacks box, and I was like, what? This is the best. So my lovely friend Sarah sent me this sketchbook, and there was another like big pad, but I can't, my studio is a mess, so I can't find it. It's gotta be, oh, I found it. It was just under a folder. So she sent me this, what size is this? 5.5 by 8.5 inch sketchbook. Like a, what do they call this? Binding? I can't remember. Like it's thread and glue binding. I can't remember the name for that type. And she sent me this, oh, you can't see it. It's too big for the camera. She sent me this render pad of paper, a 9 by 12, which is my favorite size to work. So, wow, I've been wanting to thank Sarah publicly. She also sent me this nice sketchbook too. It's not the same paper, but it's little 8 by 8 inch, and it's got this nice band on it and stuff, nice like hard cover, so that when you put it in your bag it doesn't get ruined. The benefits of this one says it's perfect square, so it's perfect for sharing on Instagram, which I don't even use Instagram. It has a hard cover. Yep, like I said, I love the hard cover. Heavyweight paper, I love that too. And it says it's a fair price, so that's nice. Yay! So there's that. That is my recommendation for anyone who is bothered by this. Maybe I'll try that as my next sketchbook. I only have a few pages left of this one. I like this size though. This is my favorite size. So it's not too huge, like 11 by 14 sketchbooks I had to use in school. That's too much, man. I want to be able to fit it in my normal size backpack. But it's also big enough that you have plenty of room to draw all on one sheet if you're sketching a bunch of things, or you have plenty of room for notes, or I don't know. This is perfect size for me. Also, I love the perforation, so I don't know if render sketchbooks are made with perforation. I haven't really looked into it. But here's the flying Hunt's bumblebee. And I love this angle too, because it's in an arc shape like this. So it's basically the head, the thorax, and then the abdomen is curving back and underneath in space. So that's what I'm seeing here. The wings, can't see. It's, when I was looking it up, it said there's 4 wings. Maybe this species doesn't have 4 wings. I'm only seeing 2. Or maybe it's just moving too fast with There's one wing, and then the other wing, gotta scroll up on the image. Whee! Up like this. Boom. And this picture is freaking adorable because the little legs are flying out to the side. Oh, and it looks like there's two little toes. I can really see clearly that there are two. I don't know if they're toes or maybe they're just claws, but I can see them on both sides. That's the kind of thing. There's another shape that I want to remember. Oh, and it's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a close-up sketch of this in a second. It's 1, 2, 3 of the small scales, then a longer one, and then a small one with those claws. Look at it. Look at it flying. Whee! So cute. So cute. All right, the eyes. That patch in the middle of its face. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for rating me and chatting with me today. It's been awesome. I hope that I can raid you next. And I hope that your pop has a great dinner. Have a great time together. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad. Thank you. See you next time. Bye. Even the antennae are flying out. Whee! Man, this picture is great. I can see there's even little scale shapes on the antenna themselves. Ah, I see. So this is actually the other front leg, but it's sort of curved under. And then this is a back leg here. And then you can't really tell, it's the depth of field is making it blurry, but there's the other leg is back here. And there's yellow band here, a black band between the wings, and then another yellow band here. So that's how the thorax is. I know this probably doesn't look like much, but this is how I work. So let's see. I wanted to do a few detail sketches. First, let's look at this foot. So there's segment 1 of the leg. So we'll call it the upper leg. Then there's the lower leg. Then there's 3 smaller scales, I'm calling them. I'm calling them scales, but they're the complete piece, and they're sort of on top of each other. Then a 4th one that's way longer. So this is kind of like the ankle, if I'm going to name stuff myself. This is the ankle. And then, and it has a little bump here too. Then there's one more bit that comes out, and it has the 2 claws on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what I'm seeing there's 7 parts. I'm going to look at the other leg too. Then I'm seeing it's the back leg, or the middle leg. 1, 2. I might be drawing too close to the bottom. And here it's hard to tell, but if we say it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. It's hard to tell right here, but it seems like it might be the same configuration. I'm definitely seeing 2 claws. And then the other thing I wanted to look at more closely is the antenna. It seems like this first bit is all one smooth piece. And then there seems to be, probably this is some sort of joint. It looks like a little circle, and then the other piece comes out to be the end. But let me count this. There's 1, 2, Wait, it's hard to count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like there's 10 segments. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not to scale, but 10 segments. And 3 parts. I'm going to put joint. Question. Joint. I just need to know for my chibification process. And it's great. I already once chibified a Japanese giant hornet because I was challenged. The person said they didn't think it could be made cute, and I don't know that I actually made it cute, but I figured out why, because I used the mammal style cutening effect, which is to make the head bigger and the body smaller. But on a bee, that didn't really work. On it, well, it's a hornet. On a hornet, that didn't really work. It actually made it just kind of terrifying because it had a giant head. I realized that bugs are already pretty chibi sized. What I'm going to do for these fellows is make them all the same size. So it's just like one, like they're little flying beans. I think that's how I'll be able to make them cute. Oh goodness. I mean, I did get started late, but it is break time and my camera is like way super exposed now. Hold on a second. I want to look at my camera. It's because I had to turn off. Camera, why you gotta be like this? Okay, configure video. I'm gonna turn automatic. If I can get it off of my main monitor and bring it over here. Here we go. I'll turn auto it made it even brighter. No, why? See, that's too dark. That's too bright. I don't understand. And then if I turn auto exposure on, it gets even brighter. What the heck? Low light compensation? No, I don't need that. Huh. It was working so much better before. I don't understand. It's like way super overexposed. I don't understand what to do to make it not. Oh. It's the exposure that is in my secondary and tertiary cameras. That's more like what I want. Why, OBS? Why do you always open it on not the screen that you are currently on? Okay, if I turn off auto exposure, it gets a little better. I guess this is closer, but it just looks so dark and sad. I wish I could do something like 8.5. Though I guess it's pretty close to the secondary and tertiary camera. Well, I'll leave it on this for now. Maybe there's some setting that I need to fix. But we are well past break time and we should get up, walk around, stretch, give our eyes a break from looking at the one thing close up, look at something far away instead. So I'm going to put my Be Right Back on and I will be back in 5 minutes. I'm back. I don't actually know if that was 5 minutes. I forgot to look at my watch when I clicked to be right back, but I figure it's good enough because there's only a little bit more than half an hour left in this stream, so let's get some more actual art done. So I've got a lot of good sketches out of this image. Let's see if there are any more. Oh, what's this one? This is a slightly different angle. Oh, this is like right before it's taking off, it looks like. Oh, wow. So here's one. The bee is in flight and the wings are just a blur. So I'm going to see if I can catch that in a sketch. This is also another excellent example of an angle that's not just straight on the front or straight on the side. So it's curving over, and then you can see more of the not the thorax, the abdomen this time. Those lovely orange stripes. You can only see a tiny yellow stripe, and we know from the previous sketches that there's a black bit at the end too, but then we can see that black part. It's just, it doesn't go all the way around, it doesn't look like. This black part in the middle of the thorax, it just bridges the gap between the wings, and then the wings, we've just got this. There's no discernible edge. It's just this buzzing shape. I don't know how else to explain it. This whirring and buzzing shape. You can kind of see an edge on this side. On just this side. And then we've got this. So this is something that's important for me. This will help me make the bees look like they're flying in my final illustration. Even though it's an illustration, it's a static drawing, so there's not actually any action happening. But seeing this will help me develop a visual language for the bees that can be interpreted by the viewer of the illustration. And you can see a little bit of the rest of the face, was mostly just that fuzzy patch. And then one little foot coming out here. Here's his front leg right up by the face. And yeah, so this is really interesting. I can see, I think maybe this is the underside of this foot, and there are little barbs coming out, which I'm sure help it to grip stuff and stand on flowers. So there's little barbs. And then we can see one back leg, or middle leg, as well. It's actually coming out. Oh. As you can see, there's 3 big parts. So here I have 1, 2, but there's actually a 3rd part. We're going to put 0. That looks like a G. 0. Because this image, you can see, first it comes out 1, then down and 45-degree angle, then out again. Then those 3 little bits start, and then the foot with the 2 claws. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 through 6, 7, 8. There's 8. At least what I'm seeing here. Nice. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. Awesome. It's really blurry, but it's another great angle. We're looking right at the bee's face. And then you've got, does it tuck its little front feet next to its face? That is so cute. I can't tell for sure. But I think what's happening is there, so here's the two eyes. Here's the antenna. And the face comes down here like this. Got this sort of oval face with a little widow's peak at the top. So there's the eyes coming down. Do this wonderful magatama shape. I love it. But it really looks like, even though the picture is blurry, so I can't be sure, but it looks like these right here are the front legs all tucked up around under its head, like around its neck. And if that's the case, that is so cute. That is so cute. So here's another fluffy bit and another fluffy bit. Then that black line between the wings. And again, it's just this sort of this kind of thing. There's not a hard edge. There's a little bit, but it's mostly this kind of thing. And then another row of yellow, and then a row of that reddish brown, and that's all we can see. And then it looks like what I'm seeing over here is the middle leg. And maybe it's in the middle of tucking it in too. When they fly, do they tuck all their legs in? That is so cute. Why? Why does nobody tell me this? This is adorable. Leg? Question mark? Exclamation point? Leg? Heart. 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 Well, that's what that one seems to indicate. Does this photo series have more? Oh, the bee is slightly cut off in this next photo. But, oh, that's the case. Let me Google it real quick. Let's see. Do bees tuck their legs up against their bodies when they fly? Honeybees fly with their back legs dangling down, while natives tend to tuck them up. This is talking about honeybee versus native bee. What is this? Hold on. This is not really the question I asked, but oh. Oh, okay. That's just from a movie. This is about how a bumblebee flies. Blah, blah, blah. Bumblebees simultaneously flap and rotate their wings during an oscillation cycle, creates a dynamic stall above their wings, which in turn leads to a large-scale leading-edge vortex being generated on the upper side of the wing. This vortex temporarily produces significantly larger lift than the linear approximation allows. In addition, bees are helped because of their small size, which means that the Reynolds number associated with their flight puts them firmly in the regime where the fluid is incredibly viscous. I don't know what it's talking about at this point. And in short, because they're so small and their wings are moving so rapidly, the air around their wings acts like thick syrup which allows them to generate much more lift than we, on a totally different scale, would normally intuitively predict. But this is not talking about do they tuck in their legs. I want to know about do they tuck in their legs. Why does nobody talk about this? Everybody's talking about their wings. I want to know about their legs. What? Because it's important. If they do, then I want to draw them that way for the illustration. Well, I guess I'll leave it at that for now. I couldn't find an easy answer. So I will just go back to sketching, and maybe one of these bees that I sketch will show more precisely what's going on when they fly. This one is cut off by the bottom of the photograph, but you can still see these lines, the different colors, that lovely curve I'm seeing when they're flying here. And then the bees are caught in a back position, and you can see a hard edge on the top. But then it's more of this stuff to show that it's flying. I can't see the head or anything, so we'll just put, shoot, it's cut off here. You can kind of see the eyes, I think. Oh, here's another one. It's cut off at the bottom edge, but we can sketch what we can see. So the head is actually relatively small compared to the rest of the body. There's the thorax. Remember, the thorax is the part in the middle. Oh, and it's also showing something that I've noticed before. They seem to have this little dip here. It's not just straight across on the abdomen. It has a little dip that goes up. Here's a hard edge, but again, it's kind of blurry there. You can see the antenna coming out this way. And a bit of an eye. And that's it. That's all you can see in this photo. This one is behind the foliage. You can barely see it. Okay, I'm going to go back to just a list of Hunt's bumblebees. See what else we can fly. See what else we can fly. See what else we can find. I'm particularly interested in flying photos because I want the bees to be... Oh, here's a flying one. Sweet. To be buzzing, because these images are all about showing animal onomatopoeia, so we need them to be making noise. Awesome. This one, completely different individual, and you can tell it just looks different. I mean, it looks like the same species, but you can tell it's a different individual. And this is exactly from the side. And again, they have this, so I'm starting to see now, looking at so many different pictures, when they fly, they have this curved shape. They don't stay straight or something like that, which I feel like everybody draws a bumblebee like this. You know, right? And then you put the little wings on. That's a bumblebee, you know? But no, when they're flying, it's more like this shape. Yeah. I smudged the eyes. Anyway. I'll keep saying it. This is exactly why I like to do sketches from reference photos to start. And this one, its little tongue is out. It is super excited for this flower that it is about to partake of. And yeah, the little front feet are right up here. So it does not, I mean, maybe it's deploying its feet to come into a landing because it's right here next to a flower. So maybe that's the reason why the legs are coming out, look like they're out. But they also do seem really close to the body still. Let's see, the thorax comes up a little higher than the other segments of the body. And then there's a strong curve here where it comes down to where the stinger would be. And the colored bands on the abdomen don't go all the way around. It's black underneath. Here's where the third legs come out and back. And you've got 1, 2, 3, and the little foot, and it's dangling backwards, so that's interesting. It's curving back this way, and then it's doing the same thing over here on the other side. Fill these in just to indicate that they're on the other side of the body. We can't see the other front foot, and I think it's because it's so fuzzy right here. And there's this black patch. I think it also connects to the leg, but it gets covered up by the yellow fuzz right here. This black patch comes down and connects to the leg. And the wings, even though they are in motion in this photograph, you can see some of the details, like those lovely veins that they have. But then here, it's blurry. And you can see the back one, same deal, also blurry. I'm going to have to figure out some visual language to help show wings that are moving. I feel like I'm coming to it, getting closer as I draw each of these bees. Scrolling down, looking for more flyers. Oh, this one's not flying, but the wings have been captured in this photo in such a way that I can see they do have 4 wings. So this one is from the back. It's also great because it shows that the bee has flexibility from side to side. What do you call that? Laterally? Lateral flexibility, because you've got the thorax here. This is that black part in the middle. And you can see the fuzzy part of the head and a little bit of the eyes. The antenna, they're sticking up like this. But then the body is, or the abdomen is coming out this way. You can't actually see these that well because they're covered by the wings, but I wanted to make sure I capture this curve that's happening. And then the wings, we've got the contrapposto going on here, actually, because the wings are, the abdomen is pushing out to the right, and the wings are pushing out to the left. So we can see the fuzzy comes over the wing right here, and then it comes out like this. I'm going to practice sketching this wing shape more closely, but I'll finish this first. And they're totally transparent. They look like plastic. They just look like clear plastic. But those secondary wings seem to come out of the same spot. They're just a lot smaller. And then this one really shows how it contrapposto. So wing is like way over here, balancing out the angle of the abdomen. And then this is interesting. They've all got this sort of, this kind of thing going on once it gets to the end. And then the veins come out like this. The veins are much more defined in the top part. And then you can see that secondary wing is underneath. It has a slightly different shape because it's smaller. Neat. There's a little fuzzy covering right there. They're attached to this black part here. And this is eye, and this is an eye. You can just barely see the black part right there. And you can barely see the black part at the end. In fact, I think this is supposed to be yellow, orange, orange, yellow, black. Yes. Wow, neat. I'm going to zoom in on this photo. Wow, this person captured amazing detail. Awesome. Oh, you can even see that this part is fuzzy. This black part is fuzzy. But this little part is smooth. They're both black colored. It almost looks like there's a little part in the middle. I'm going to put smooth. Looks like there might be a part in the middle of this fuzzy area that's smooth. So fascinating. Okay. Got that lined up. Oh, let's go to a new page. I want to go to a new page so that I can, well, if my camera will, thank you, camera. Wouldn't focus. I want to sketch these wings. I gotta make this image a lot bigger. There we go. So we've got, well, I'll start with this one. Guess I'll just do contour line drawing. So it's got a thick edge here and goes almost all the way down, but not all the way down. Then there's another one that comes down like this, branches out and touches, and branches out toward the middle as well. And we've got another branch here and one like this. And it goes all the way over to this side, which also has a thick edge, but it doesn't go all the way down. I'm not sure. It's got this little pinched look right here. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on. But that thick edge ends here, and then this is a super thin, filmy edge. And then back up here, there's another, I guess I'll call them veins. I'm not sure exactly what they are, what their purpose is. But they come here and connect. I imagine they'd be veins. They're probably carrying fluids and stuff to keep the wings healthy. And this one comes down and connects here. And then we can't see this because it's fuzzy. We can't see that edge because it's fuzzy. And then here it just seems to, it's all black up here with the black fuzzy, and these veins are black, so it's hard to tell what's going on, but I think they just come out of the shoulder right there. And then we have got, I'm going to use hatching to show that these aren't veins, they're just sort of folds and ripples in the membrane. I'll call it a membrane. Oh, but this might be another vein here, maybe? It's hard to tell. It's a little bit blurry in parts, but it says something like this is going on with this one. Then, coming out from underneath, so it ends about here, and comes out from right about here. And then that kind of shape. Same thing happening with a thick edge coming down, thick edge here too, and a vein coming way down. As far as I can tell, I think it sort of connects to this one, and then another independent vein coming down here, and that's what this little bump is right here where that connects. Maybe I'm seeing one here and here, but it's hard to tell because those could just be ripples in the membrane as well. It's really hard to tell, and this might be one, might be a ripple. We've got a lot of squiggly lines happening on this wing. They come down in this direction. There's 2 of the 4 wings. Let's do the other side. I'm not going to try to draw it perfectly with that one. Let's just draw these independent. So this one's shape is like not like that, and then down again, and then this big long line and a beautiful curve upwards, and then it's so thin at the top, it comes down and broadens and meets the bottom. So once again we have the thick edge all along the top. I'll just try to capture these veins. It's harder to see on this side. There definitely seems to be the same pattern of 2 outside edge veins and 2 middle veins. And these ones on both sides meet here, and it pinches the wing, and something's going on here, and it's pinched inward, as you can see. And then the second one comes down like this, connects up here, connects here too. Yep, and it seems overall to be the same idea on both sides. They both have this connection in the middle between this point and this point, and then a connection moving out into the side at this point. So I'm just going to keep following. There's a diamond shape here. And then from this point, there's a vein coming out horizontally and another one coming down from it. Maybe even connecting with that diamond-shaped one. This connects here. Wow. And then we've got these ripples. Okay, from Vegan Toastmasters? Wow, thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining me today. So great to see you. Oh, thank you for listening at work. There's something about that that always makes me feel honored. Tis I. Yay! I'm so glad. I'm so glad you decided to join me. Thank you. I don't think I finished my thought, but for some reason, when folks tell me I'm listening in at work, I just feel so honored. There's something about it that makes me feel really good, really special. So thank you. I don't know if you're able to chat freely since you're at work, but if you are, how is your day going? Are you having a great day at work? So this secondary wing is a lot harder to see in this reference image. It's quite blurry, but the veins are actually fairly clear, even though it's blurry because of the depth of field. And maybe a little bit from movement. But it just seems like depth of field because there's just something about, I think it's the size, the relative size of this wing on the right versus this wing on the left. But it's great. The contrast is allowing me to still see these veins, which is something I really wanted to take a close look at and understand what the overall effect is so that I can simplify it for the final illustration. Oh, let me look at this. You're a rebel. Yeah, I like it. Catching up on things. Oh, yummy. We used to get purple carrot all the time, too. They're so good. I'm so glad that there's only about an hour until my dinner time. We're going to have, what was it? It was like teriyaki, it was some sort of teriyaki noodles thing. And it was from a similar to purple carrot, vegan options place. Is this a dragonfly? It's actually a bee. I am working on... Oh, well, I guess I'll just do a little recap because it's about time to end, but I have been working on this project since my final semester of university to get... This was my capstone project, but I told my professor I wanted to make something that I would continue working on, so, and I am. I finished the cows piece last year. Now we're on the bees, and it is Japanese English onomatopoeia art book. So I'm going to be creating a full color spread with bees, and they'll be all rainbow, and they're going to be making buzz buzz sounds, and so it'll be like buzz buzz, boom 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 boom. And so anybody who wants to learn either Japanese or English animal onomatopoeia sounds will be able to learn them from these pieces. So that's what I'm working on. But we are at time. So let me just flip through what I did today. Since, Kay, you joined me and I don't want to just suddenly end. And you were so kind to join me. So let me show you what I worked on during the stream. And anyone else who popped in at the last minute. So we're just starting with bee sketches. And actually, I want to write this. I decided on Hunt's bumblebee because it's one of the bees that actually live near me. I see them on our flowers in the spring and summer. Well, in the autumn too, but it's starting to get cold now. So just starting with really basic sketches, learning about bees, what they look like, how many parts are there on their legs, and like I found out they have 2 little hooks on their little bitty adorable feet. So just learning this kind of stuff so that when I simplify them for my chibi style illustration characters, they will still look like bees. They'll be recognizable as coming from a real bee. And so like right here, I figured out, oh, we always draw bees like this when we draw a simple bee, but actually they always fly in this shape. So now when I draw a simplified bee, it'll look like a lima bean or something. Ah, kawaii. 楽しみにしている。ありがとう。ありがとう。Yay! I'm gonna work on this some more tomorrow. 明日にもこれを何？働くか。違うでしょ。でもわからないね。でも明日もこれを続きます。イェイ！楽しいですね。日本語で喋るとは。Yay! Thank you for indulging me with a little bit of 日本語の練習。And so the last thing I worked on was the wings. But we are at time, so let's see if anybody is streaming and we could raid them. Anybody streaming? They changed the Twitch app, so I have to... How do I find my following? I'm gonna find my following. Because the people I'm following, I have vetted to be family-friendly and good places to go after my own family-friendly streams. So let's see. We've got Yasmin Arts, but we rated her a couple times recently, so we could visit someone else. Oh, we haven't gone to see Casey Snow Art in a little while. It says thumbnail sketching for illustrations and ink. Oh, but she's not on yet. Alright, maybe we will... She hasn't started yet. Maybe we will go to the damage. He is painting a dragon. Okay, and he's actually on. Oh, yay! I'm so glad, even if it was just a few minutes. Yay! I hope to see you again. Oh, my voice is breaking after 2 hours of streaming. Alright, let me put this down. I gotta get my keyboard out so we can go raid. Go raid the damage. He's doing some awesome digital art. Oh, it's gonna... Arigato. Arigato. I think it's because I had quite a bit of chat today. So my voice is like, what are we doing? It's just not used to it. Alright, here we go. I like to raid from not the... What is this called? Stream Manager. Because I want to make sure that the raid works. It doesn't tell me if it works if I don't do it this way. So, the damage. And I'll make sure I spelled that right. Yeah, with a T. Alright. So let's start the raid. Yeah, raid has been created. Alright. So, that's going to be it for me today. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time working on more bee sketches. So I really hope to see you then. The raid is ready, so let's go! Oh yeah, it worked. So if you're still on my channel now or watching the recording later, like I said, that's it for me today. Hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching!